Hey, it's Zero at Disney Cars Toy Club, and today we're going to be doing a My Little Pony video for you guys. We're going to be opening up a Play-Doh surprise egg, but more importantly, we're going to be decorating and designing our custom Rainbow Dash. Now we're going to start the video off by opening up our Play-Doh egg first. And I actually tried to make this sort of like the Rainbow Dash colors. Let's go ahead and get all this Play-Doh off of here. And inside, of course, we have some surprise packs from My Little Pony. We have this one, which is the pony figure, Collect All 24. And I'm trying to remember what series it is. I guess it doesn't actually say, but it's going to be the other series. And let's start with this one first. This one is the newer series. And inside, oh nice, we got another one of these. This is the Lilac Breezy and all her friends love to visit Ponyville is what it says. Here's a look at the back. And we got one of these not too long ago. I'm trying to see if it's still sitting back here somewhere. I think I moved it, but we got one similar to this. So here's going to be like a purple and a pink one. That's kind of cute. Set that down, and then let's go ahead and open up our other one. And I actually got the tear strip to work on that other pack. Let's see if I can get this one to work. Not doing too well this time. Yeah, this one's not going to work, so we're going to have to cheat and use the scissors. So here we go with the scissors. Hopefully I don't cut into the card. I don't think I did. And, oh wow, we got two cards in here. So for this one, we have Flower Wishes. Here's a look at the back. And it says, Flower Wishes has a beautiful garden. She grows flowers in every color of the rainbow. And then it also comes, this actually isn't a card. It just comes with this little paper that shows some of the other ponies in the series. And there right there is Rainbow Dash. And here's a look at our pony. And she looks like she's got like a little sunflower right there. It's a white and yellow flower. Here's a look at the other side. And just one final look. We'll do like a side-by-side look at both of them. They're almost the same colors. That one's a little bit darker purple. This one's more of a pink. But there's a look at both of them. And let's go ahead and set those out of the way. And then we are going to be custom decorating this. Now last week we did this. This is the custom Lightning McQueen. Now, one big difference between what we did last week with this and what we're going to be doing with this one is last week we spray painted the Lightning McQueen. This week, we're just going to be painting in some of this with the acrylic paint, and then we're going to be using glitter glue and markers for the rest. So let's go ahead and get this out of the package and check it out. So the first thing I want to show you are going to be the two sticker packs that come with this figure. You get these blank ones right here so you can color these in and design them however you want. And then you get this right here, which is like a really shiny, glittery, colorful set of stickers. And you also get two markers. So you don't get a lot of choice with how you're going to color this. You get a red and a purple, so you're probably going to want some other colors to go along with that. And then here's going to be our blank Rainbow Dash. Now there are some black lines to kind of just outline maybe where you might want to separate some of the colors, and it does have the little lightning bolt right here, and this is already filled in for you. So unless you cover it up, that's already on there. And the way we're going to get started with this, we're actually going to color some of this stuff in first, and then we're going to go back with some paint. And I'm actually going to start with this, I think it's a pink. I was getting ready to say red, but I think it's pink. And I'm just going to kind of color in some of this area right here. And the reason why we're doing this is because when I go back to paint over it, I just want to make sure that there's no white showing. If the black line is showing a little bit, that's okay. It's also okay if we're not perfectly within the lines. So if we go out of the line just a little bit, like right there, no big deal, because we'll be going back and covering that up. So here's our first step done. We have this pink colored in, and then the next step is I'm going to take the blue and I'm going to color in just this one side. I'm going to make this blue, and again we're going to probably go back and cover this all up with the paint. So I got the blue colored in, and as you can see, it doesn't really look like a pony anymore. It just looks like a bunch of tape. I realized when I was coloring this part in that I wasn't going to be able to really color and paint on this thing and not get it bled over into some of the other areas if I didn't mask it off with some of this tape. So as you can see, I've pretty much wrapped our bottom half of Rainbow Dash in this painter's tape so that when I'm coloring and painting this thing, I'm not going to get any of that on the bottom half, which we want to leave that the way it is. But as you can see, I colored in the blue here, I colored in the blue here, and I colored in the blue here. Now if you notice, I kind of did something a little bit weird right here, and the reason why is there's not that black outline on this side, and I want the wings to look the same. So I'm going to paint this part in blue right here on both sides. So we're pretty much just going to get rid of that little black line outline that's there, and that's actually what we're going to do next. Let's go ahead and get our blue paint right here. This is the Glamour Dust. I'm going to have to shake it up a little bit, and then we're going to paint. And we had actually tried to use this blue on our Lightning McQueen, and it didn't come out too good, but I think it's going to work okay for our pony here, and especially since we colored that part in, so when it dries, if there's any still showing, it won't actually matter because there's blue behind it. But as you can see, it's not that specific color right there, just doesn't work too well. But I'll be able to get this coated in there and we'll see what it looks like. So the blue paint is now dried and it actually looks really good. This actually turned out a lot better than it did with the Lightning McQueen. If you notice, it's just got like a really nice glittery shine to it. So I think once we're completely finished with this pony, that blue is really going to stand out. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to color her hair, and we're going to make this area is actually going to be red. So we have the pink on this side, and then I'm going to color all the way around and all the way back here, and we're going to do a little bit on her tail as well, and then we'll go back with the metallic paint and then paint in the red. So now we have the red colored in. I did mess up a little bit right there, but again, don't worry, we're going to be covering that up, so it's not going to look that bad once we finish everything. And then I colored the wings right here, and I colored her tail, and then we colored the red. Now keep in mind, I'm not trying to make an exact replica of what Rainbow Dash looks like. We are making our own custom Rainbow Dash. Now I am using a lot of the same colors that Rainbow Dash is, but ours is definitely going to look a lot different. Now this is a paint that I actually wasn't able to use with our Lightning McQueen. At least I don't think I used it. Yeah, now that I think about it, no, I never got to use this red paint. So we're going to paint this red part all around, and then once that dries, I'll show it to you guys. So we now have the red painted right here and then along here as well. And it was kind of tough to, to get down in there. And I did mess up a little bit along the edges, and I messed up a little bit right here as well. But again, I'm not worried about that. I'm going to paint this part right here black. But what we're going to do next, we're actually going to do a lot of yellow on here. And I'm going to paint all of this yellow, and I'm just making sure this is yellow because it almost looks kind of like an orange right there. It's so dark, but I'm gonna color all of this yellow. I'm probably gonna do maybe something in here as well. So that's gonna be the next step, is adding a little bit of yellow to this. So we're into the next day, and we have the yellow right here painted on, as you can see, and it's all dry. Everything's dry now, and I painted the wing tips right here yellow, and then the back tail part right here yellow as well. And if you notice, I got some new paint. I actually went to Michael's and I bought some new colors because, you know, just working with those 4 colors just wasn't going to do it. So I also bought 2 more brush kits. These brush kits are $5 each, and then this paint right here, I want to say it was $2 or $3 each. So it's not incredibly expensive. It's not the cheapest though. They do have some cheaper paint colors. I think they have some that you can get for like 70 cents, but I wanted the good stuff. So this is like the Glamour Dust orange, there's green, and it's a neon green, and this almost looks like a neon orange. We have purple and pink as well. So we have more colors to work with, and the next thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to color this part right in here purple, and then I'm going to go back and then paint that purple in, and then we're also going to do this part right here. I think we're going to do that purple, and then for the inside, way down in there, which is going to be the hardest thing on here to paint, I'm actually going to use this white. So we're going to actually leave it white, but it's going to be a glittery white. So let's go ahead, and for our next step, this is the purple marker that it came with. I want to see what this looks like. So here's what the purple, and actually, you know what? It's such a sharp point on this that you can probably really get a nice straight line with this. So I'm going to go ahead and color all this in and then go back with the paint, and then we'll check it out again. So now the pink is dry, and look at that. I mean, that is just such a nice looking color. I mean, it's like a bubblegum hot neon pink with a lot of glitter, and the glitter really stands out, especially when the light hits it. And I also did this little area right back here, not a whole lot. And you know, now that I've seen this pink, I kind of wish I would have done more of it somewhere else on there. But the next color we're going to do, we're actually going to do orange, and as you can see, I kind of already colored a little bit. I wanted to just kind of test this color out. It's not really an orange, but it's orange enough to where we'll be able to use it. And we're going to color in all the way down around here, and then for the other side, the other half, we're going to do green along this side, and then we're going to do green right here, and then we're going to do orange on this side. So I have a lot of coloring and a lot of painting left to do to finish this off. And then once all the paint dries, we're going to get the glitter glue out and add just some highlights and some little outlines here and there to kind of accent it a little bit more. But for right now, I have a lot more coloring to do. So now we have all the colors on here. As you can see, the green is now dry. We also have this orange. The orange turned out really nice. It's got a really nice sparkle to it. The green, not so much. I actually had to go back over it a couple times, and it still seems like it's just not really fully on there. Most of these colors I actually had to go back once it dried and then paint it again a second time. And if I sound a little bit different or funny in this video, I am battling a little bit of a cold this week, so I apologize if I sound a little funny. But I did go ahead and paint the inside of the wings right there. That's like a white glitter. It's kind of hard to tell, but there is like a little sparkle to it. Now the next part, we're gonna go ahead and take the tape off, and this is kind of like the big moment, because I don't know how some of this is gonna turn out, because some of these areas, especially like right in there and right in here, I mean, it was really hard to paint. So the paint kind of got stuck to the tape a little bit, and I'm not sure how it's gonna look once I get all this tape off. I'm hoping that it's not gonna be too rough. So now we have all the tape off, and as you can see, when I pulled off the tape, it pulled off a little bit of the paint around some of these areas. Like right here, you can kind of see where the white is. And so what I'm gonna have to do now is I'm gonna have to use like a really fine brush and just be very careful and go back and kind of touch up and fix some of these areas where you can see the white. And now we're actually getting pretty close to being done. As you can see, I fixed all the little areas where the paint had came off, and I cleaned it up a little bit. I was able to scratch off some of the paint where it kind of bled over into the blue area. And as you can see, I went ahead and added some stickers to it. And what we're gonna do next is we're gonna add a little bit of glitter glue. We're not gonna use a lot because I don't wanna go crazy with it, because I think it looks pretty good with the way that it looks right now. So I don't wanna just go nuts with the glitter glue, but we are gonna add a little bit to some of the different areas just to kind of make it stand out a little bit more. And we are officially done. So here's gonna be a look. Now the glitter glue is still drying a little bit, so it's gonna change just a little bit, but this is pretty close to the finished product. Now I am gonna spray some clear coat on it, and then I'll put it in the background back here on the desk. And for those of you that want to see what it looks like with the clear coat, just be sure and check out next week's videos, and I'll be sure to show what it looks like with the clear coat. But I wanted to go ahead and get this video up for you guys. So here's going to be the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make this. If you do want to see more custom stuff on the channel, just be sure and comment below. Also, don't forget to press the like button. That lets us know that you enjoyed the video. This is Zero at Disney Cars Toy Club, and as always, thanks for stopping by.